And the number one question I get before I do my live, so I'm hoping to save some time and make it less chaotic, is what do I do? I'm taking the test tomorrow or 2 weeks or whatever it is. So let's, first of all, if you're taking it tomorrow, too late, you're fucked. Okay? No, I'm kidding around. Get some sleep. If you're taking it tomorrow, you should not be on my live. You should be getting sleep and you should be going over customer accounts. Literally any exam you take, literally any exam, you should probably read customer accounts. I have crash course videos you can watch, playlists you can watch. Go watch those and get some sleep. If you have a significant other, make sure they do the right thing or ask them to do the right thing. And you don't want to make them do anything, but you ask them. Just massage. That's all I'm talking about. Just keep you relaxed. No fighting, stuff like that. Now, if you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so if you're taking it tomorrow, what are you doing out here? Get off here, click and get out of here. If you're taking it beyond tomorrow, so let's say you're taking it in 2 days. Tomorrow is no testing. It's adding knowledge, reading customer accounts, going over videos, hopefully my crash course videos or others. Bottom line is you don't want to stress yourself out. You don't want to take a test. I'm not a fan of testing. Some people like it. I disagree with it because if you go bad, there's no upside. If it goes bad for you, you're screwed. So I say, don't take a test tomorrow. Take it easy. Around dinner time, you're done. I don't care if you're taking the test at 5 o'clock at night. At dinner time, you're done. Okay? Don't do anything. Again, the night before is always kind of go out to dinner. Don't go, pounding, going fireballs, but just literally go out to dinner, maybe talk to people who aren't involved in it, who don't care about the test, don't want to hear it. You want to do stuff that just relax you. If you have SDC or Notman, they have these little sheets that you can go through. Maybe the day before, make sure you go over it like hot sheets or key topic stuff or crunch time facts. Again, I have crash course playlists, a whole playlist on almost every test you can take. Now, let's say you're taking it more than 2 days out. So what you want to do is within the up to, but not including the last, I don't even know if that's right. The last 8 to 10 days is testing, okay? Before that, you're reading and quizzing and testing, all that. A lot of focus on reading, mostly focus on reading, watching videos, adding knowledge. But in the last 8 days, not including the day before, so whatever that is, so 10 days before, you're going to take tests every day. One test, not two. If it's a 63 of the SIE, maybe you can take 2. But again, I don't think it works so well. Oh, I feel the heat on my back. I really just want to turn around and take a dive. The problem is when I go in there, there's a manatee warning. The boats have to go around me. I have to wear a flag saying manatee, don't hit me, stuff like that. Now, up to but not including the day before the test, you are to take one final a day. Now, remember something. When you do a final, review the whole thing, not just the wrong answers. And what you're going to do is you're going to kind of do a triage. There's really 3 or 4 choices. You look them over. If you got it right for the right reason, you're good. Move on. Make sure you read the answer why, okay? 2, if you got it right for the wrong reason, mark that down. You have to review it because if you got it right because you guessed, that's just as bad as a wrong. Almost more dangerous, right? Because you think you got it. 2, if you got it wrong because you misread it, which happens with the Kaplan, Past Perfect, SDC, even Achievable, all of them, you can misread it. If you get it wrong because you misread it, but you knew the concept, don't worry about it. The last one is you got it wrong because you didn't know your shit. That you have to review. So really, you're going to have 4 choices, mark them all, and then if you got it right for the right reason or wrong because you misread it, but you understand the concept, don't worry about it. The ones you have to review are the ones you got right for the right reason, and then the ones you got for the wrong reason. The ones you got for the wrong reason. See, when I talk too fast, my brain is here, my mouth is here, and they're not in conjunction. And then ones you got right for the wrong reason, like guessing, and then you got to be honest with yourself. Don't be like, oh, I think I know it. Or the ones you got wrong for the right reason. I guess the right reason to be wrong, you don't know it. If you're starting to memorize questions, buy another QBank. STCS 4 supplemental exams. If you want, buy Kaplan. But again, you don't want to add a new QBank in the last few days. You want to do it out so you can literally get used to the question because you don't want to switch it up the day before. Again, you need to go in there like a badass. You need to go into the test like I'm going to fucking own this shit and you're going to run it, okay? You got to go in there confident. You got to understand that if you go in there confident, if you go into this test as a confident badass, not cocky, confident, I know my shit, then when you see a hard question, you're going to go, oh, I can do this, okay? And you can work through it or even mark for review, shit like that. If you go in there where you're not sure and you're like, oh, I'm afraid, then every hard question is going to look to you like, see, I knew I should have waited. And that's a bad thing because you won't try it. I've seen that so many times where if you give someone positive confirmation of good work, they're willing to work a little bit harder on the question. If you're like, oh, I'm not ready, they go, oh, I knew I wasn't ready. They give up. We don't want give up. We want you to attack it like you know your shit, okay? And that's literally it. You maybe want to watch some of my exam walkthrough videos, join my live, but not the night before. I don't want to see you the night before. I want to see you after you pass so we can play a song for you and blow it out your ass, okay? Good. Okay, everyone, go beat this thing. You got this. I believe in you. I 100% believe in you. And you need to say every morning, get up in the morning, brush your teeth with your offhand, even if you want to brush your teeth with your foot, and keep saying, I'm going to pass this. I'm going to pass this. Say it like 10 times with confidence. Not I need to pass it. Not I got to pass it. I'm going to pass it. That's your goal. Go beat this thing. We got it, baby. Welcome to Tuesday night. There we go. Tuesday night live. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Good. Sounds good. Oh, you look like you're cold. It must be windy at that pool over there. Okay.
You think I have seasonal backgrounds?
What?
You think I should have seasonal backgrounds?
I think it should change. It should be snowing on that fucking pool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fall, right? Like I said, I hate August. I know it's not August anymore, but August is the worst month because it leads right into fucking September, which is my birthday month, which is great. But literally, September is winter. It's just a pre-winter fucking month. Okay. By the way, I'm drinking a lot.
Oh my God.
Is it tomorrow? I held off doing this fucking thing for 10 years. Doctors say, oh no, make an appointment. So finally, I had to get something for my throat. He goes, I'm making an appointment for you. So we're doing an endoscopy and we're going in the other way too at the same time. So it's like great.
Is that tomorrow?
Tomorrow morning, 7 a.m.
And is that
I have not eaten since yesterday at 9 p.m. I'm literally drinking fucking Gatorade Zero.
Wait a minute. Don't you have to take a solution?
Yeah. It's in the Gatorade Zero.
You added Gatorade Zero to that? Are you allowed to?
The solution is not. I'm not getting a fucking barium enema. It's fucking. You just have to drink this other stuff to clean out your system.
Yeah. No, I'm very familiar with that.
I know. So you put the powder in here.
I didn't know you could do that.
They said it. There's nothing red, nothing blue. Okay. So anyway, okay. Welcome on, people. Okay, happy Tuesday. Okay, I think we're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a good night tonight. I think that's what it is because this could be the last time you guys see me. You never know. Complications. Anyway. Okay, now.
Yeah, the people are right.
Imagine that. Imagine that. If I get die, it's like I'm on a spit. You know, like a pig on a spit. Okay, so now, we don't have to imagine that. Okay. Yeah. So Brett says you need leaves falling in that pool. You got to put some leaves on there. Okay.
You know what? I got to do something else too. Hang on.
Okay. There you go. Okay. I'm going to go swimming. Okay. So now everyone, welcome on. Happy to be here. Let's get into it.
There we go.
Okay. Oh, that's better. Okay. There we go.
I didn't have a neck before.
What?
It looked like I didn't have a neck.
I know. It's like you're Russian. Okay. MP Sweaty, baby. That is outstanding. I love it. 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 Oh, it doesn't. What? Oh. Does that come through?
Kind of weak.
Do you know what song that is? We're going to play the game. When I do that, you're going to have to guess the song. See if you can get it.
I can't drive 55?
Yeah. There you go, MP Sweaty. I'm changing it up. I'm going to do less videos so we can actually be more interactive. Okay. But although, to be fair, MP Sweaty, he's done now. So he does get, he should, what, did they change everything? Oh, there we go. Okay. I'll give it a little one. I think that what I'll do is I'll play music for everything unless they're done. When they're done, they get a video. Okay. Got to earn that fucking shit. But MP Sweaty, I am so happy for you. That is outstanding. That's awesome. Okay. Okay. Ever, I just put the code in. I put the code into the chat. Take the 7 on Monday. Getting 80s. Okay. I can do that. Okay, that's fine. That's easy to do. Okay. Now, Let's talk about qualified versus get ready for the dogs to start barking because my wife just came home. Okay. Now, qualified dividends. Now, they're not going to make you figure it out, but qualified dividends are when you hold the stock for the 60 days before and after the 120-day period following the ex-dividend date. You don't. I always used to say 60 days before, 60 days after. Don't worry about that. So if you look 60 days before and 60 days after the ex date, that period, 120 days, if you've held it for a total of 60 days during that time, it's qualified. So that qualified means that they're giving you a better tax rate. They're giving you the capital gains rate. Now, it's still ordinary income, but it's taxed as if it's the long-term capital gains rate. That's if it's a qualified dividend. A non-qualified dividend is taxed at ordinary income. And that's it. Now, let's do a couple other things on dividends. So, on dividends, it's always ordinary income. If you are a corporation and you get a dividend from common, preferred, or mutual funds, you will only pay tax on half that dividend. So if you're a corporation and you own a common stock or preferred or mutual fund and you get a dividend, you will only pay tax on half of that dividend. Good. Now, think that works? Oh, when do you have to own the stock to get a dividend? When do you have to own the stock to get a dividend? You have to own it before the X day. You have to own it before the X day, which is the same as a record date. As long as you own it before the record date, which is before, if you're going to settle on the record date, own it before the record date, which is before the X date, you will get the dividend. What happens on the X date? The stock will drop in price by the amount of the dividend. You thought you were just going to get one little regular dividend answer? I gave you the whole thing. Okay. Boom, Sam. That's outstanding. That's awesome. So you use past perfect. I'm telling you right now, there's no one better than Achievable for the SIE. For the SIE, Achievable is by far the best. They teach it better than anyone else. Their questions are good. They don't look like the exam, but they challenge you, stuff like that. So they're very solid. They're very good. Okay, that's awesome. And again, past perfect is the thing about past perfect is they're good in that they really overteach you a little bit, so it's kind of good. In some ways, it's good, but in some ways, it's it's a little too much, and it makes you get all upset.
Can I throw one up here just because I think you'd like to see this one?
Go ahead. Oh, fucking A.
Yeah.
Same day, baby, right?
Okay.
I'd say Jeff didn't believe you. No, I'm kidding. So I believe that I totally. I'm so shocked that you did that. That is outstanding.
I hope you went to the Porsche dealer after.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Did you go to the Porsche dealer after? That's the question. I hope he did. Hold on. He gets my favorite then for doing that for some badass shit. Okay, now that is awesome, gear. So we're going to miss you. Hopefully, you're going to stay on, and not that I can help with the CFP, but hopefully, you can stay on. So Justin, your scores are good. Make sure on Sunday that you don't do any tests on Sunday, stuff like that. Much more about adding knowledge on Sunday and going to sleep at a normal time. Reread. I tell everyone before you take the 7 or the SIE, reread customer accounts, and specifically in STC, read chapters. You all right? 2 and 14. Okay. Okay. Boom. Okay. 42%. Yeah, that's fine. So CT, so you just finished the book. You just started taking it. Trust the process. Don't put, mid-October pressure on early September. So if you're taking it in a month, don't put that pressure on today. Focus on the process. Trust that the process works. Okay? Trust that the process will get you there. 42% and especially you probably haven't read. Oh yeah, you probably did read that book. So just get through it. I would say if you've just finished the book, instead of doing full finals, do chapter quizzes first. Do like 15-question chapter quizzes each time just to get it, just to get yourself ready. Do that, do 10, 15 questions. You can even do them with the answers on, but in anything under 70, reread a book or watch one of my videos for. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay. Nikias, thank you very much. Thanks for joining. Okay. We got MP Sweaty gone again. Alexa, how are you? Okay. Okay. So that's funny. I see her answer. TMI. I wonder what she's talking about. Okay. So now, how many folks should do? So you're taking on Saturday, one a day, not Friday. Yeah, absolutely. So I tell everyone, if other than the SIE and the 63, you really shouldn't ever take more than one a day. Okay. One a day max. But you should, and again, you should spend more time reviewing it than taking it. So if you take 2.5 hours taking it, you should be taking 2.5, 3 hours, because you need to go over the wrong answers and the right answers. Make sure you get the right ones for the right reason. If you get it wrong, remember, if you guess, then it's garbage. Okay. If you got right because you guessed, it's total garbage. If you got it wrong, you want to not just read the answers, explanation. You want to find it in the chapter, in the book, and go from there. Okay. Haley. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We got this, baby. Haley is going to nail this. Where the hell did my thing go? Oh, here we go. Haley, we got this, baby. Okay. Take your time. Get some sleep. I know it's so cheesy, but whatever. What else am I going to say? So read customer accounts tonight. Get some sleep. If you have STC, go through their crunch time facts. If not, then go through their key concepts and nail this thing, baby. Haley, you tell me you're going to pass. Anyone taking it in the next couple of days, tell me you're going to pass. Okay. Okay. Cookie. Boom. I think I remember you on here Tuesday telling us you were going to take it Thursday. That is outstanding. Let's see. Do I have a good one? Let's see if it's any good. Nah. No, none of them are good. Nah. I'll have to do a better job. I'm going to create a playlist. You're going to get a video because you passed.
We started dancing and love put us into a groove.
How was it? Now, so you passed. Any surprises? That's what I ask everyone. It's always the question is, were there any surprises? Okay. Robert, that's going to be tough. That's like a 4-hour conversation. Ask me some specific questions and I can do it. But here's one thing to tell you about regs. You don't need to know the reg. You don't need to know the numbers. You need to know what they mean, and really getting the idea behind why they do it helps because it makes you remember. That's why a lot of the stuff I remember, because like Jeff and I have been in the business for way longer, like 50-something years, right? Between us, some of the stuff is like institutional stuff. It's just institutional knowledge that's stuck in there. But a lot of times it helps if you know why. If you know what the regulation is for, it definitely helps. Okay. Yeah, MP Sweaty, I know. Get this. Now, here's a question. If you're still on here, if you're doing this, what did he just pass? If you're an IAR, tell me why you're doing the CFA versus the CFP. Where is he? Yeah, you're an IAR. Why are you going the CFA route? I'm not judging. I'm just asking. Because most people who do the IAR route go the CFP route, which can get done in 6 months. CFA is great, but that's really for if you're not talking to customers and you're doing analysis and reports. I did a whole video on CFP versus CFA versus Kaya, all that stuff. Okay. Yeah, I know. I missed the 90 degrees too. Boom. Okay. Okay. That's right, Haiti. I remember. How nervous were you to take that? Okay. Yes. Okay. So a couple of things. One. Okay. So I would get the SEC pre-premess is good. That's good. They have really good questions. And what I tell everyone, if you use STC and you run out of questions, which you could, go to Kaplan and just buy the Cubic. They're solid. I think they're tougher than the exam, but I do think it's just another 4,000 questions you can get. But focus, remember, so Haiti, the first thing you do is read the book first. I tell everyone, once you start just reading the book first, just get through it one full time and then go back and do chapter quizzes. And I think if you do the Premier, you get their progress exams and chapter exams. So do the chapters, do the chapter exams, and then go from there. Okay. Jeff, do you have anything you want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you think?
Bring it up. Good time to talk about something?
The membership classes?
I think so.
I think so too. Do you have? You don't have the?
Of course, I don't have that.
Don't. I would like.
It's not easy. So we only learn about two, right?
There's two things that I want to bring up. There's two memberships. The one is the you're taking a drink. One is for the SIE and the previous class replays. Is that right?
Yep. So we have the SIE and membership, and then we have the options.
For the monthly membership, it is only $4.99 for the month. For the SIE to attend a live class for tutoring, it's basically a classroom environment, and getting all the past videos from all the classes. These an absolute. Right. We're doing that because we came up with the concept of, for those that are in college that, want to get a jump, and, a lot of the broker dealers and banks are saying, hey, have you taken the SIE yet? And they want to see that initiative. We figured this is the easiest, most affordable way to get people involved. And
right. And I know as a college student, I've never had more than $8.
Right. Who has money when you're in college? So we decided, you know what? Let's just extend it to everybody. There's that one.
Right.
The other one is the options videos only. That is an absolute. It'll make the difference in your exam. If you think about it, what percentage of the exam is options?
Between 15 and 35 questions. Some people say it was almost half their test. I don't believe that, but it is.
Right. So if 135 questions is on the exam, so if you can bang out 30 of them with confidence, you're in great shape. And remember, the one thing that I've learned from helping people is that when you get, and Ken will attest this also, when you feel comfortable with options, you don't fear that being the next question on the exam, which means
100%.
It'll boost the rest of the exam also. So I'm highlighting these two memberships because one is ridiculously inexpensive and it'll give you the edge for the SIE and
like a joke.
And the other one for $20, $19.99, is that right?
$19.99,
all the options videos. And it's a great way to break up the book when you're studying also. I know that this is self-promotion and sale, whatever you call it, whatever you want. It's an absolute bargain if you figure out what you're actually getting. So if you're studying 100%. For the SIE, I would strongly recommend it. If you're studying for the 7, get the option videos, tell your friends and neighbors, share the good news.
Have your neighbors, exactly.
But
have a watch.
If you have any questions, just hit me up right here. There it is on the bottom of the screen, Jeff at Cap Advantage Tutoring, and I'll be happy to direct you or give you advice on what you should be doing there.
So one thing I'm going to add to this, and we're going to move on quick. If you want just that, if you're having trouble studying, and a lot of people passing, which is great, which I'm going to lose all my students, but if you're struggling with the studying part and you don't know how to get started, you don't know how to get restarted, he has a custom study plan. It's like $50 for like an unlimited, for amount of time that you can get on the phone with him. He'll walk you through. He'll make a personalized study plan for you to help you get through it. I'm not going to spend a lot of time in the commercials. I will just do that. He's super helpful. There's his link for it. It'll definitely help you.
I'll put the memberships up also.
Yeah. It's super helpful. A lot of people come on and talk about how great it was. Okay. because he really helps them. Sometimes all you don't need to spend $200 with me or 120 with the other guys or whatever. Sometimes you just need it just to spend half an hour talking to someone and get yourself back.
Just for clarity, I will if if you do the custom study program, it's not just the studying part, but it's also the resources part. Like I'll direct you if it's necessary or not, or when to do a tutor, or what maximize.
Yep. If you need one. If you even need one.
There's plenty of times I say, you know what, just keep going. You're doing fine. You don't need it. But I'll also say, who you should get to tutoring from, when to do it in the process, because I want to really what we're looking to do is maximize your effort and your dollars. We don't want you to spend more than you need to. That's not what we're doing here. So, just
that's not our goal.
I want to help.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Tara. This afternoon, literally, you've been a register rep. Boom. Okay. You've been a register rep for literally 5 hours. That is outstanding.
One of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you.
That's right. Your boots walked right all over that test. How cringy is that? Okay. Awesome. So again, anyone, there you go. Anyone, so Tara and Gear Grinder, were there any surprises on the exams you took? That's what I want to know. I know what's on the exam. Was there anything you go, oh my God, I can't believe they put that on there. We didn't see it. That's what I want to know. Tyler, here we go. Again, we're good. Tyler, just go back, find the weakness, maybe do chapter quizzes, maybe go back and spend a couple of days doing chapter quizzes, then get on it. You want to have 10 days of finals. And again, the first exam is the wonky pancake, okay? It's a wonky pancake. Nobody cares. I don't care about it. It's your base. So everything's going to be above that, hopefully. If it goes down, then we have an issue. But right now, don't worry about it. Take one test a day. I would try to just spend a couple of days doing chapter quizzes first, then go do and then go back and do start doing finals again. Okay. Yeah, no intermittent fasting. That was like 2 years ago. Now I'm just dropping because I stopped eating. Okay. But I think that's awesome. I think that's the way to go. I think if you do achievable and Kaplan question bank, I think you're in great shape. Okay. Oh, we didn't go because it was raining. Okay. Henry, absolutely. Although hold on, I'll get back to that in a second. Although, my thing is, no, achievable is perfect. Achievable is perfect. If you do achievable and the Q bank, that's like the perfect mix for everything. Although rainy, isn't every commercial ever a car commercial? They're driving on a rainy runway or something like that?
No, it's just the British when they do their car reviews. It's always raining over there.
Oh, that's true. Okay, fair enough. Okay. But listen, Gear Grinder, I can't wait till you come back and you get sponsored by the 7. It's going to be exciting. We're going to have some good stuff. Okay. Yeah, Billy, you will absolutely find a sponsor. I'm telling you, you're too good a guy if anyone's looking for a fucking amazing person, reach out to Billy. He's a rock star. Okay. No. Slim Shady, baby. Okay. Yes, we're running into. Remember, that's 17 days. By the way, it's my birthday, so you have to pass. So, Slim Shady, you have to just take your time. You're scoring low on your prep because you feel like I'm not rushing. I feel like I'm rushing. Okay. So you gotta. I could just say stop rushing, but why don't you start reading the answers before you read the question? What happens is a lot of people just rush and want to get to the answer. Don't do that. If you read the 4 choices first, then read the question. Or if it's long, read the 4 choices, read the last question, and then read the answers. There's a lot of things you can do. But you got to slow that shit down. So I'm going to say your best bet is to just start reading the 4 choices first and then read the answers. I think, and then read the question. I think that's
momentum is a very important thing with taking the practice exams and taking the real exam. You have to develop a rhythm. You have to, a cadence so that you're not taking too long, but you're not rushing also because you don't want to give up any freebies that might be there.
Right, I agree. Good stuff. Okay. Oh God, I see. Now I got okay. MP, you're next, and then Tyler. Okay. Series 7 in 2 weeks, getting 80. Okay. Boom. No, Doug, you're in great shape. If you're 2 weeks out, and you're getting 80s and 75s and stuff like that, you're in great shape. You're in good shape. I love it. That's awesome. You're gonna nail this thing. Okay. Even Billy thinks you're good. See, look, Doug, you're good. So MP Sweaty's not going to plan her up. Got it. So you want to go on to got it. Your plan. I love it. There's a thing I say all the time. Your new job, you're always getting ready for your next job. Okay. So you're always training for your next job. You're always looking for the next job. Where you are is not where you're going to be. So you always think, what can I do in my current job? I do this all the time. I have a guy who's like not very happy with the job. He just took a new job. He's not super happy with it. But I said, and he wants to go somewhere else. I said, well, give it some time. Okay. And I told him, I said, why don't you do stuff that'll teach you how to be better at what you do at a new place? Like take on things like that will help you. Like maybe take on the surveillance role, take on the political donations, take on like reviewing customer accounts and all that stuff. Take on something outside your bailiwick, if you want to call it, what you're doing, big words. That's gonna like teach you a new skill. So the whole job is that while you're in your current job, you should be looking for a new job always. And it doesn't mean you're gonna quit, but you always want to do things that will add value, like will increase your knowledge base, increase your skill somewhere. You always want to be looking because the best. Remember, if you stay in one job forever, unless you're a financial advisor, then it doesn't really matter. But if you're in a job where they pay a salary, the only way to get a bigger salary is to go to a new firm because very rarely you're going to get like a 20% raise at the same firm. But you can do that and you can get signing bonuses if you move. Okay. But that's awesome. Let's go, baby. So Tyler, congrats. Okay. Here's my thing on this. So the best thing you can do is obviously study hard, but read the book. I tell everyone the same thing. It's like the same thing every time. Everyone knows I say it. Read the fucking book. RTFB, baby. Read the fucking book. You got to read the book all the time.
One other thing.
Okay. Read the whole book.
I had something to that. All these questions about studying and taking the test. Just remember that when you take these tests, they're for you. If you stay with your firm or you go on to a new firm or you go from a broker dealer to an RIA, you take those licenses with you. This is for you. Just always remember that when you're studying. You're not studying it to keep your job. You're studying it to advance your career. That's what this is all about.
Yep, I'm with you on that. 100%. Okay, so your current job is checking. Haiti, I love you. Okay. She was so nervous before the test. She was like, I'm freaking out. And then she nailed it. Got it. She wanted, so that makes sense with the CFA. Yes, that makes sense with the CFA thing. Okay. Oh, Richie. That's a good question. Most commonly confused. Okay. The big one, I'm not going to do it now because I refuse to do it on here, slobs over bliss. I'm not doing that. I have videos on that. You can find the videos. Slobs over bliss. You go on my channel, hit the search button, and you get it. That's a big one. The bonds. Okay, so there's not 3 to 5, so that's a lot. But confused, I don't think that's a thing. I think just people don't get it. And the other thing is bonds. Like people don't realize that whether it's a treasury or a muni or a corporate, a bond is a bond, right? You lend me. I did a great video while I was driving somewhere, and I love this video. But literally just going over bonds. Okay. It's a good video on TikTok. It's got a lot of views because I'm literally just ripping through bonds while I'm driving, and that's a thing that people like Jeff and I talked about it, right? So options is a thing, but it's not that heavy in the SIE, right? So you're gonna get 3-4 questions, yeah. So options What was the other thing I said? Slobs over bliss. And the bonds. But if bonds are not that hard, and we thought about doing a separate membership just for bonds, right? And then I'm like, we were talking about it, and it's like, but bonds are a slow burn. You got to just take your time getting to them. There's not going to be there's not going to be a gotcha moment. Not going to be oh my God, I get it now. Options that will happen. Slobs over bliss, order types, that could happen. On bonds, it's like, oh, maybe I sort of get it. Oh, I get it. So, and again, even though I know the bonds, Jeff knows them better than I do. I know bonds, but something like that. I did equities for 30 years. So I learned bonds because I went to a bond broker dealer, but I don't own them like other people do. And but understand that bonds are literally debt. You lend me money, I'm going to pay you back in 20, 30 years or whatever. And you don't have to hold on to it. You can sell it if you want. You can have someone else take over the debt, all that stuff. And it comes down to like what happens as you own it. Like, what are the risks? For the SIE, what are the risks? You got for most bonds, it's like you got default risk or credit risk. You got interest rate risk. You got inflation risk. You got reinvestment risk. You got call risk. Okay, and if you do it outside the country, you have political or currency risk. Right? Those are all the risks of the bonds. Okay, you got to know them. Okay, especially for the SIE, you don't have to know every little bit, but you do have to know how to get current yield. You have to know maybe how to do a convertible bond. Somebody said they got a tax equivalent yield. Now I think that's crazy if that was in the SIE, but whatever. Tax equivalent yield is like, okay, I buy a corporate or I buy a muni. Which one should I buy? And it's based on your income level. The more you make, the more the muni makes sense. The less you make, the more the corporate makes sense. And that's why I say this one stat, again, is my favorite stat. What percentage of U.S. households pay zero federal tax? And that's 42%. 42 to 44% of U.S. households pay zero federal tax. So they don't care what they buy. They should buy corporates because they're not paying taxes anyway. Buy the corporates. Munis, you're buying them because you're rich, because you don't want to pay tax on the interest, right? But if you trade it and sell it for more than it's worth, you do pay taxes on that. But if you're a wimp and you're afraid of like risk, buy treasuries. And then you match it up to the time frame. So you got to understand that debt. Bonds are literally just, you lend me money and I'm going to pay you back in 20, 30 years. What are the risks you have? What are the features? What happens if interest rates go up or down? What affects your bond? Stuff like that. And guys, I'm finding out that a lot of people are liking, I have these new videos and I'm doing these open-ended questions. They're like maybe 5 to 10 minutes long. And it's me just asking things like, are you ready? It's a brightly colored thing. I did like 3 of them. I have a new one coming out probably in about 12 hours while I'm under the knife. And it's going to basically be just, are you ready for the exam? So I ask questions like, what's the fault risk? What's this? And you need to be able to answer them and answer them. And I tell people, if you don't know the answer, come on the live and ask the question. Okay. He doesn't want to go the FC route. Okay. Got it. Okay, got it. Okay, that's fine. Listen, that's what MP, the best thing is you have a job. So it's easier to get a job when you have one. Okay? We got cookie. Okay. You got to shake it off, baby. I love it. That's awesome. You can't get rattled by this test, right? So a lot of these tests, especially the FINRA ones, are written to make you feel like you're failing. Okay? They absolutely feel, look at that. Isn't that funny? Look what Cookie wrote. You see that? And then look what Tyler wrote. It's interesting. I think they could do that. So I'm going to answer both of your questions. They could. I think it's also random, but sometimes you think it's an experimental and it isn't. You just don't know your shit, right? Maybe that's one book that maybe your book didn't cover that thing. Like maybe they talk about like tax equivalent yield. Okay. Maybe that's a test question. I don't know. So remember, the experimentals are not that they're not true things. It's just that there are things they're not going to put on the test yet. But once enough people answer it right, they're going to put them on. But yeah, you got to pound through. Again, I can't stress this enough. You absolutely feel like you're failing. With the SIE and the 7, most people will feel like they're failing the whole time. And it's weird. The 60 exams are the opposite. You feel like you're doing better than you are. So again, the whole point is stay the course. Don't quit in the middle. Just keep hammering through. And if you feel like you're getting a bunch wrong, get up, get a drink of water, throw water on your face, take a break, and go back in. There's no crime in that. And remember, it's not a speed test. Answering fast is there's no medals for that.
I also think it comes down to when you're studying. It's not just about the amount of hours that you put in. It's not about saying I banged out 3 practice exams. It's about thinking in the future in terms of sitting at, what is it, Prometric, whatever it is, whatever site you're sitting at,
Right.
taking the exam. Put yourself in that position while you're studying. Like, study, take the exams with the answers off to mirror what it's going to be like the day of taking the exam. Try to replicate what you're going to be thinking the day of the exam while you're taking the practice exams, and hopefully that'll alleviate a little test anxiety, just little things like that.
I agree. Also, I want you to start thinking when you're taking the test. Obviously, tomorrow it's too late, but if you're taking it more than tomorrow, I want you to start thinking not that you're nervous. You're excited to take it. You get to take this test. It's an honor to take it. So I want you to don't think, oh my God, I got to do this. You got to think, I get to do this. And just thinking that way, sometimes that little bit just changes your mindset a little bit and it helps. Okay. So here's a question for you. I don't think it's too late. I mean, literally it'll take 3 days to fix your shit. So if you're struggling with options, yeah, you fucking get it. Don't do the Premier. Don't do the $99 one. Just do the $19 one. If you're taking it Monday, do not pay for the extra shit. Just buy the $19. I actually had a girl, she messaged us today going, how do I buy your option stuff for the SIE? I'm like, don't. Save your fucking money. Everything you need to know is free. So the SIE doesn't have to pay for anything. Okay. Other than unless you want to join the class, but she's taking the test on Friday.
Would you say if to prioritize that, if they do that membership, to do the premium videos first to get those?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they want to, if they have understanding of options, then go right to the membership playlist, watch the first 4 videos. If you don't know anything about it, go to the options basics playlist, which is free. But here's the thing, you should have a basic understanding. If you're taking the 7, you should have a basic understanding of the options, not owning it, but like understand calls are right to buy, puts are right to sell, stuff like that. Okay. Holy crap. Do you see? Hold on. So this is not what the holy crap is. That's interesting. So some people expect 1 or 2. How many do you think you got? You think you get like 5 or 6? Okay. Okay. Look at that. Look at that. Look at you, Gear Grinder. That's outstanding. You're just pulling in dough. Where are you getting all these clients from? You got to tell me. That's awesome. That's some solid shit, my man.
If you're hitting those clients, if you're getting clients like that that early, you might want to think about opening up your own firm.
Yeah, you should keep that in the back of your head. Why give up those clients to like the firm? You're giving up like 80% of your commission. I'm just kidding. Stay there. Stay there where you are. Learn your business, right? Learn your shit and then go. Okay. Okay. Right. So that's true. If you're taking it Monday, yeah, Billy, I appreciate that. But if he's taking it Monday, if he just does the options videos, I help. I mean, he can do the Sunday night classes, and that we do Sunday night classes and stuff like that. But it isn't a big deal. Okay. Before I get started on that, I do want to mention, don't forget, guys, we have a Facebook group that is outstanding. It's going across the bottom now. I took Jeff's email off. FINRA and NASA Exam Test Prep Network. It's private. It's great. There's over 8,000 people in it. They all help each other out. I mean, literally, somebody goes on, I want a study group, 8 people answer. And boom, they got a study group going. And it's great. It's awesome. They're helping each other out. They're putting questions up there. It's great stuff. Okay. And I keep thinking, oh, I can't wait to eat after this. I can't fucking eat. Okay, so now. Okay. Also, before I get into this Vashin, don't forget we tutor. I help other people out too. So I tutor at series7exam.org. But there's another guy, Michael Weiss, who's really good. He runs the Reddit Series 7 Exam. He's at series7examtutor.com. He's great. He's really good what he does. He's about half the cost of me. But I also have 2 other tutors that are probably evenly priced. But Michael Weiss has been doing it for 20 years. The other 2 guys are great. They're good stuff. And it's just different personalities. It's helping out. Also, check out Brandon Rith over at Basic Wisdom. He has a great YouTube channel, okay? Brandon Rith has some great videos over at YouTube. Okay, so now, Here we go. So now back to this. 2 weeks. If you finish all the chapter exams and you're passing them, then you should probably take a final every day. I mean, almost okay. So I think that if you spend the next 2-3 days doing chapter quizzes, and then you spend the last 9 days just doing finals, remember, again, when you do finals, you have to review the shit out of them. You have to review all, the good and the bad, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You have to review them all. I promise you it'll help. Okay. Billy, we're going to get this, baby. You're going to be a registered rep very soon. Okay. Okay. Well, yeah, right now you're taking it in 2 weeks. So yeah, you're not going to read the book again. But what have you, so Leslie, before I answer this SIE, I mean, you could read the book again. I mean, it doesn't hurt. But again, just taking questions nonstop sometimes help people, but you did miss twice, right? So the good thing is usually, and if this is anecdotal, there's not anything, but I found that a lot of times the second test is the hardest one. Now, I know I'm taking it for the second time, I apologize, but it seems like the second one seems to be a little harder. Now, some of it's because you're more prepared and you answer more questions, but sometimes it just feels a little harder. Yeah, what have you done differently between the first one and after the second one? Have you read the book at some point? Because if you just take questions nonstop, it's going to hurt you. Maybe watch my videos. Maybe at least go through my videos. That may help. Okay. Okay, a lot of people taking the test this week. Okay. Oh my God, you're ready. Evan, come on. This is what I tell everyone. You're getting 80s. What do you expect, 100? You're fine. Go take the test. You get, especially getting 80s on Past Perfect, as long as you're not, yeah, your average score is 71. Because why? Because you probably took a lot of tests earlier and you're so much better now. As long as you're not memorizing. Here's the thing. As long as you're not memorizing answers, you're fine. Okay.
Can I throw one up here? Just an old but goodie here. So
yeah.
I saw a stick LP 640 on the LIE, and he gave me his update.
Oh, that's funny. Boom. Okay. Boom. Second day, baby. Stick. Get it done, baby. That's awesome. I love it. That's outstanding. A lot of Long Island guys, for some reason, I think Gear's all. I don't think he is.
Notice that they're all revolving around cars.
I know. And I'm such a non-car guy. It's just not my thing. Okay. Where are we going? Okay. Okay, Evan, you're going to be fine. You're going to rock it. Yeah. On Thursday, I think that's a great idea. No more tests. Just focus on the bad stuff, but make sure for the SIE, you're focusing on investment risks and what the registered rep can and cannot do. Okay? So again, you have to get what the investment risk and what the registered rep can and cannot do. That's the key. And tomorrow, find my SIE crash course playlist. Okay? Maybe reread customer counts, and then bang, you're going to nail this thing. Okay. Caitlin. Okay. Okay. The question is, the president is, when did you get that 70? Sometimes, first of all, I don't have much advice unless I know what you got. So do me a favor. Tell me what you got, what you score you got, and what you did. I mean, did you take that test the day before? Because I'm not a fan of that because I think it screws up your confidence if you don't do well. Maybe were you memorizing some answers? What vendor were you using? Stuff like that. Okay. Cookie. That's a, yeah. Past Perfect's hard. Yeah. Again, some people, Past Perfect is so hard that even getting in the mid 60s, you're probably good. I literally had a guy, an older guy, he couldn't get over 62 on any exams. And he passed the 66. He said it was the easiest thing ever. That's on Past Perfect. Okay. That's right. Okay. Let's see. Yep. I'm telling you right now, reading the book. I know that Leslie doesn't want to do, but reading the book is key, people. Reading the book is absolutely key. Proto. That's outstanding. I love it. Hold on. We're not running behind yet. No, so here we go. Where can we go?
I've been married a long time ago. Where did did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from, Cotton Eye Joe?
Boom, baby. Proto, that's outstanding. Okay, now, yeah, I think it should. Why not? Well, no, hold on, wait. You take the SIE and either the 63, 65 or the 66. You don't do all three because the 63 and the 65 together equal the 66. So if you don't sponsor the 7, get the 60, get the SIE, get the 63, get the 65, or just do the 66. But here's a problem. If you're going to go to a place that only has a 6, then the 66 is useless. You want to go somewhere where the 60, where it will work. So if you think you're going to get a job at a financial planner or financial advisor or broker dealer, one of the wealth managers, and get the 66 and the SIE out of the way, it makes it easier to get a job. And by the way, guys, I tell everyone, I had one person, they quit their job before they started looking, and I'm like, that's so stupid. It's always easier to get a job while you have one. So even if you have a job that you hate, look while you have the job, and you get a paycheck. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the tech talk. Okay, Lucy, I'll get you. You're up. I don't know what's going to happen with TikTok. They keep saying they're going to go, but I don't know. I think they keep extending it because he likes it. Okay. Although I guess the White House did an account and people started trolling it. So maybe he'll just go, fuck it, it's gone. I don't know. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Now, I'm assuming you mean like long and low, baby. Okay. So if you have I always tell everyone long and low, baby. So long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds. Low coupon moves more than high coupon. So in a bond, when they ask about volatility, if they want a bond, if they say rates are going to drop, you want to buy a long-term bond. Okay, you want to buy a long-term bond so it moves more. Okay, if rates are going up, you want to buy a short-term bond because it moves less. Because remember, bonds move opposite of rates. So if rates go up, bonds go down. If rates go down, bonds go up. So if you think rates are going to drop, you want to lock in with a long-term bond. Now you do have call risk and reinvestment risk with that, but again, you're going to get a bigger move. So again, long-term bonds move more than short-term bonds. And then if you have two long-term bonds, you look for the one with the lowest coupon. The lowest coupon bond will move more than the higher coupon, and zeros move the most. So I always say the lower the coupon, the deeper the discount, the more the bond will fluctuate. So if you have two discount bonds, the lower one will move more. And remember, zeros move the most. So the lower the coupon, the deeper the discount, the more the bond will fluctuate. Zeros move the most. Here we go. Okay. Is your micro here done? Okay. Is your popcorn ready? Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad. Maybe the intrinsic one. That's awesome. Okay, that's great. I think that helps. Yeah, like some people do the math videos for the 7 before they did the SIE, and it does help. But again, okay. Okay, Proto. It depends what you want to do. Okay. Okay. Now. Oh, I'm almost to the end. I might get out of here before 9. Okay. Now, it depends. If you want a salary, look, I'm a big fan of salary, especially when you're starting out. Look at Schwab, look at Fidelity, look at Edward Jones. Even though Edward Jones supposedly was laying off, they're laying off back office people, which is fine. Not fine, but it's corporate. Edward Jones, Fidelity. Edward Jones does pay a salary. It weans off eventually, but after like 5 years. Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, Bank of America, apply to all of them. Now, what's weird, I always tell everyone, Fidelity does not pay very well, but nobody fucking leaves. I don't get it. I mean, it's fine. Like nobody, like not that they can't, they don't want to leave. They're very happy. The benefits are insane. And the big thing is they promote from within. That's why people don't leave, because when you start off, you're not making a lot, but they promote very quickly and from within. They will promote from outside, but 90% of their stuff, I think, is they're promoting from inside the firm, which is great because you move up quick. Okay. Okay, here we go. Stick. Okay. Second day. Boom, here you go. Let's get. Okay, first time for the insurance. I know the insurance bullshit. You got to take that one. It's a pain in the ass. So let's see. Okay. Oh, he left Long Island he's no longer Long Island. Okay. The Long Island. I'm actually out there next week too. I got to go to Far Rockaway.
That's not Long Island.
What is it? Is that Queens?
Far right. What was that like?
No, not Fire Island. Yeah, it's Rockaway,
Rockaway.
whatever the hell that is. To me, it's Long Island.
Isn't that like kind of like South Shore, Five Towns?
Yeah, I think so. All I know is I had to give my my license plate number and car make so I can get in.
What?
Yeah, because they're all gated communities over there.
Oh,
and if you're not Irish, you're not getting in. Yeah, it's like all Irish people there, so you have to be. They check you. They run a lamp on you, and if you're sunburned, they allow you in. Okay. Okay, Caitlin, here we go. Okay. Got it. Okay. Yeah, you know, sometimes you get an ass kicker test. So you got a 64, that's all. So I would go back and read now. You could go try. I'm not trying to sell this. I don't give a shit if you use my link or not. If you're struggling to understand the topics, maybe get Achievable. Maybe buy the other thing you could do is maybe reread the book and maybe you don't love it, but go not through me. I can't help you there. Go to Kaplan. Go to the main page in Kaplan, whatever it is. Go to the study tools and find the drop down. Buy the Securities Q Bank. It's like $50, maybe 55, 48, whatever it is. And just start doing those questions. They'll challenge you. So maybe you got to do that. But I would still say go back and read the book, because if you get a 64, that means you do have a knowledge deficit, right? So don't always think I missed by 8. Think you missed by 36. And say, okay, what am I going to do? I'm going to go back and do everything. And I would focus more on reading. And the other thing is, I don't know if you're, let's see what you wrote. Go to 70. Okay, so you were right. Remember, so it sounds like you were right there. And it looks like you only took 3 or 4 exams, okay? If you took them all and that's what you're scoring, that's tight, right? Like if you, this is the way STC goes. If they only have, 8 exams, I think, right? 8 finals, you buy supplemental. If you score, you want to be scoring mid-70s the first time through. And if you go through it again, you want to be in the you want to be in the 80s. You want to touch the 80s. If you're taking it a second time, you want to be in the 80s for sure. But again, if you're running out of questions, I would take a look at Kaplan. I think the questions are too hard, but it's a good challenge. Okay. Okay. I think so. Whit, that's great. I'd be happy to help you if I have openings. I don't know how many openings I have before then. It's crazy. Like some people say, I don't have an opening till the 29th, but I do have other tutors, Mike and Arseny, and you can go check out Michael Weiss. You got to finish the book sooner than the. If you're taking the test on the 1st, you want to finish the book by the 22nd or 23rd. See if you try to do that. It is possible, okay? But you really got to try to get done. Give yourself a good 10 days of testing. Yes, you can finish on the 26th and do it, but I would really try to get through the book. And that means just reading the book. Maybe you're taking questions while you're doing it. Maybe focus on finishing the book and then doing questions instead of doing it while you're doing it. I think you're better off trying to finish the book by like the 20th or so. That'll give you 10 days to work on it. But yeah, 100% possible. And if you can, it's fine. You can do it, but you got to really hammer tests. Okay. Yeah, look at this. Look what Cookie says.
We say this all the time.
Yeah.
Once you join, you don't leave Fidelity.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, here we go. So will they go heavy into the 75 Fab 10? No. They're going to cover the basics. So here's the thing. The 6 is going to do it. But again, the vendors, this is the thing. Kaplan and the vendors do this stupid thing where they go, well, how much can you invest in a company? And you go, okay, no more than 10%, right? But they go, well, no, the other 25% there's no rule. So look, just know this, 75, 5, 10 are mutual funds. If you want to be called a diversified fund, you have to follow the 75, 5, 10 rule, which is you have to have at least 75% of the assets invested somewhere. No more than 5% of the fund's assets in any one security. And you can't own more than 10% of the voting stock of that company. Okay? So that's what, if you follow all them, you're diversified. If you know that, you're going to be fine. Don't worry about it too much. Okay. My stomach is starting to hurt. Okay, so now I may have to run off. Okay, I love it. Okay.
Your stomach's
Okay. Brand new. Okay. So, okay. Jeff, you want to talk about this for a second?
You just got where should I start? I want to have funds and bring in investors for myself and others. Well, wait a minute. So is this person licensed or?
I don't think you start. Let's assume not licensed.
Okay.
Okay. So coach. So if you're not licensed yet, first you got to find a firm to work for it. Now, the thing is, if you go to look, it's very hard to run your own firm at first unless you have contacts. Okay. Like if you're coaching pros, then that's fine. Right. But if you're not, you want to work for a firm like an Edward Jones or a Bank of America or a Schwab or a Fidelity. Maybe not Fidelity for that because they teach how to handle their accounts and you're not going to be able to steal their accounts. Maybe work for Morgan Stanley or JP Morgan where they'll pay you and you'll join a team. Like Morgan Stanley is very much into the team thing now. They're very much into making sure people. What?
The bold bracket,
Yeah.
large banks with the broker dealer.
They all do teams now, right?
Because everybody specializes
Right, okay.
in estate planning. Yeah.
So yeah, UBS, Wells Fargo, RBC, Bank of America, Goldman, all of these things. Okay, go apply to those things. And my best bet, if you don't have the licenses yet, get your SIE while you can, even while you're applying, and try to get the 66 while you're applying. If you want to work for an investment advisor, like just on its own, you can go to what's the one? Ken Fisher.
Fisher Investments.
What's the other one? Not Betterman. There's another big one. I don't know what it is. I can't remember. But then you would just need the 65. But they don't pay salary. You're coming in and you just eat what you kill, which is fun, right? So especially when you're starting. But again, if you have a pipeline, it works. But Merrill Lynch, they pay salary. Morgan Stanley pays salary. Schwab pays a salary. But they all want you to hit targets, which is fine. Edward Jones pays a salary, but they want you to hit targets. And again, I can't say this enough. You need to make anyone looking for work. You need to get as many licenses as you can before you start. Get the SIE and the 66 out of the way early if you can. One, it makes you look better. And two, a lot of these firms give you a really tight timeline. Yes. Well, yeah, SIE 66 before you start and then the 7. If you can get a job where they pay for it, fine. But they give you a tight timeline and the pressure is fucking bad.
I'll put it to you this way. If you go to a firm that's going to pay you a salary, you're going to be under pressure to bring in the assets. If you go out on your own, you're going to be under pressure to make a living. It's a trade-off.
To feed yourself. Yeah, that's a fair point. And they pay you. And if they pay you, they put you on a really strict timeline. They're going to give you like a month per test, 3 weeks, because they're paying you. They don't want to fucking pay you. They want you to bring in. Okay.
Timeline for the test.
Now, Henry has a question. Yeah, exactly. Now, remember something. If you work with a place like a Morgan Stanley, all of RBC, UBS, Wells Fargo, and you're on a team, then there's less pressure to bring in clients. They want you to handle a lot of times, they just want you to handle their clients while they're bringing in. And they'll bring, what they do, if you go with a good firm, when you get to quota day, they'll move some of their smaller clients into your account. So you'll get credit for it and you keep the job. That's if you're doing, but you're going to be doing grunt work for them. You're going to be talking to their clients because these are big advisors that run like $1 billion or whatever it is. And they have 20 clients that are awesome that they want to manage. And they have 80 that are pains in the asses. And they want you to take care of the pain in the ass ones, which is fine because you learn how to calm down freaks and you had to talk people off ledges and all that shit. You learn the business. And then you can bring in your own clients at your own pace. Okay. Henri Rivas. Okay. That's gone. I don't think that's a thing.
Well, when you're saying what firms going out pay $100K, are you talking about becoming a financial advisor or just working at a firm and getting $100K a year job?
I mean, it's like you're not going to get both.
It's one or the other.
Because that's a good. Remember, a lot of them, and I mean, my son-in-law, he's a compliance and he makes multiple of that. But it takes time. I mean, he's 30-something, right? So very few jobs are going to start off at 100. I mean, yeah, if you come out of college and you're a target school and you're doing the analyst goes, you make between 95 and 120. And then you get a bonus and you move up quick. That's fine. But a lot of these jobs are financial advisors. It's all on you. And remember, you don't need to get promotions. Like if you go to Fidelity, you're not going to get paid a ton. You get paid and you get promoted and you start making more money. So shooting for 100 off the bat is tough. I mean, yeah, I think if you go to Edward Jones, they might do it, but they're not promoting you. They're promoting you to get more clients.
If you get paid $100,000 right off the bat in any financial job is a salary. You're not going to get a bonus. You're not going to have a big bonus upside. Your variable is going to be limited.
Right. Unless you're in a profit center. Unless you're in a profit center, you're an analyst.
Unless you're
they're recruiting
you. You know, Ivy League school, MBA, top of your class, going right into investment banking. Then you're going to make a lot of money, but you're also going to be working a lot of hours. You're going to be working minimum 80 to 100 hours a week. There's a trade-off on everything.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. And that's the thing. So it's like to Fidelity, they promote quick so you can get to 100 quickly, but you got to start like shit. And I don't know what shit is. I don't know what I don't know. Hey, Kiki, you don't have to tell me, but I don't know. Is it 55? Is it 60? Is it 65? I don't know. But a salary is a salary. I'm not saying that's great, but as long as you're not in the New York City or LA, you probably can get by, and it gets you going. Okay. And again, they move quick. Okay. What textbook? So we're gonna start with the SIE. I think I pinned it. I don't know. Is it still pinned on there? Let's see.
I don't think that pin works.
I know. I did it through YouTube though to see. Hold on, people. You don't want YouTube music. I want fucking YouTube. Let's see what I got. Nope. Okay. No, it's not pinned. So I'm going to put it in here in the chat. It would help if I hit copy first, right? It's easier to copy this. On my phone than it is through the Restream. So here we go. One I like. Oh, there we go. So Cookie just gave us some answers, right? Boom. Okay. So, Coach, that link will help you get started, and they're the best. For the SIE, they're the best. And you get started with them, just follow their program, plug in the day you want to take it, and it'll go. Okay. Okay. For reference, right. Right. So that's the thing. So, like, it depends what test you get, because everyone goes, oh, Kaplan's the best for wording, best for everything I can. And it could be, right? So it depends what test you get, but Past Perfect has the same, like their finals, I think, look like the exam, like the same background and colors and all that. So you get used to it. And so I think some of their wording is worse than the test, but it does get you ready. And she took 10 of them. So you were scoring fine. Tara, that's awesome stuff. Okay. So there's the one. And the other, if you don't like Achievable, they give you a free link. They give you a free day to try it out. But if you don't like it, I really like Securities Training Corp, especially for the SIE. Okay. There you go. Unique Thompson. You're employable anytime, but you're more employable. Okay. You're more employable once you get the SIE in the 66. Yeah, I mean, I say get to 66 just so you don't have to deal with it. But getting the SIE is almost like the minimum now. A lot of the analyst class, I'm told they have to get the SIE before they even start. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So that I'm telling you, sometimes the small places work, but they're harder to find. Porsche man. I know small ones work. If that's the thing, if you can get in a spot with a smaller advisor, like an LPL person or whatever they're on, and they're older and they want to train you to take over the book, that's the best thing. Okay. Yeah. Well, Krista, good luck. If you ever need a referral, let me know. But yeah, I know it's tough. Look, it's not easy, but have you reached out to Edward Jones? Have you reached out to Fidelity? I'm not saying they're going to great, but Schwab, they're always sort of hiring, but sometimes it's like more and less. I mean, sometimes I think they hire more in the fall than in December and January, maybe more than the summer. Yeah, I mean,
you might want to even do.
Okay.
Go in as an admin or an assistant just to get in the door.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And then you can work your way up.
I mean, take what it is and like then get your 7 while you're there. And then you're like good to go. And then you become, people want, they want people who have their full credentials, their full licenses, and you're like right there. You just need the 7. You just need the sponsorship.
Right.
But to be an assistant and get in might be another way.
Edward Jones says that they have what they call BOAs, a board office administrator, or something like that, or branch office administrator. And then they want them to get the SIE and the 7. So you'll be halfway there already.
You're more than halfway. She has the SIE 63 and 66.
Right. Okay. Let's go into this one. Yeah. Right. Exactly. So they push the SIE 6 and 63, and then sometimes they let you get the right. That's the thing. I'm telling you right now. So if you do well, if it's the thing with these New York Life, I like the people at New York Life. I do like them. They had a bad rep a long time ago, and then they've really changed it. So there's a group I work with in Edison, and there's a national group. I like them a lot. But the problem is you got to earn your shit. It's eat what you kill. But if you're good at what you do, you'll get there. And then you can take and I think after you get the 6 and the 63, some of the branches will let you take the 7, because I know I got a couple of them. Then you can start doing more things. Okay. So Henry, it's an advisor. Very few advisors will start off with 100. Like Cookie said, I think she said 55 and a bonus. That's true. That's a very good point. Jacob, I'll get you in a second. Billy has a great point. Guys, I can't stress this enough. Make sure that your credit, you don't need a fucking 800, but make sure you're not in the 400 credit scores. If you have old liens, get them paid off right away. Okay. Any kind of liens or any kind of, don't worry about if you stuff to do with a credit agency, fine, just start paying it, but don't let it get to a lien or a judgment, because then it goes on your broker check forever. Okay. Night, Billy, my man. Okay. There you go. So Cookie said, right. Boom. And that's starting from the bottom and you move up a lot. Okay. So unit, that's good. So you're starting now. That's great. Everyone thinks, oh, am I too old? Not even close. Like I literally joke. I had I guess 4 years ago. So she's probably 90 now. I got an 86-year-old to pass the 66 out of Long Island, running around with a convertible, playing my quick and dirty video all the time. It's great. Okay. I think operations are fine, but that's the first place to get hit. Some of it is like, depending, like if you're just doing like grunt work, yeah, maybe you might, but if you're in certain things where you have to make decisions like on like margin and stuff like that, or stock loan, yeah, you're probably okay. I think it's great. I mean, people make jobs, but I would still, if you're there, I would still try to learn other skills, like maybe take the licenses, get your 24, maybe learn the compliance end of it, learn AML, something like that, just something to add to your resume that if you see an opening somewhere in compliance or something like that, jump. Okay. I'm not saying compliance is way better, but I think that's going to take longer to get cut than back office. But basically, brokerage operations, yeah, you're going to be fine. Just keep adding to what you can do. Okay. Okay. Taking the 7. You got to, Monica, you got to change it into go. I'm happy to take it. You got to change it into like, I'm excited to take it. That's where you got to go. Okay. Make sure the options are solid. Make sure, and I can't say this, same thing to Justin. I think it's Justin or Josh. I think it was Justin. Make sure mutual funds and annuities are solid. People sleep on that shit. Yeah, everyone goes munis and options and suitability. Yeah, that's important. But mutual funds and annuities pop up a lot. They really do. And again, I mean, not everyone, but for the most part, they pop up a lot. So you want to make sure that you don't have to own it, but you have to be comfortable with it, that you can have a conversation. And guys, if you want to know if you're ready, find my Are You Ready videos. They're all like within the last week or so. If you're taking the 7 a day, say watch them and see if you can answer most of those questions. But the answers are not on there. Okay. I don't give the answers. Okay. Yeah. Oh, really? Some they do. I'm surprised. Okay. Henry, I'm glad we help you. I guess so. But I mean, I don't know where else to look. I mean, Schwab, Vanguard, go anywhere and get them to sponsor you for the 7 and then start looking at Fidelity. Okay. Or just find someone that works. Find someone that works in the at Fidelity. See if they can sponsor you in. Because anyone who works at Fidelity gets you referred in, they get a bonus. Okay. Oh my God, no, you're Kristen, you're fine. Look at that. The 72 is a little scary, but not really, because who knows how it happened. And you know the SEC tests get harder and harder. You're good. You're taking a Thursday. Don't take any tests tomorrow. Go over customer accounts. Watch my crash course video, and then watch videos, the whole playlist. And then make sure you're focusing on again, mutual funds, annuities, and suitability. Make sure you got the options down though. Okay. You're fine though, Kristen. Those are good enough scores. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, as long as you're over 10 years old, okay. As long as you're 10 years old, you're fine. As long as as long as the liens are paid for more than 10 years, then it won't show up. Yeah, sure. There are definitely some near, like the one in New Jersey, and some of the other ones definitely let you take the 7. And if you're bringing in business, they'll let you do anything. Look, it will help. Get your 7. I mean, get this. Get the Medicare one. Get your SIE out of the way. Maybe get your life and health, and then you can look at like a New York Life or a Fidelity or the problem with New York Life, and I love them in Northwestern, is that it is eat what you kill. That you don't earn, if you don't bring in business, you're not getting anything. Some give you a little stipend at first, but it's not a lot. It's maybe a couple grand a month. Okay. So Schwab and Fidelity want you to have the 7 before they even talk to you. It's fucking nuts. I don't know when that's so crap. And that's why I'm big on that video. If you guys can find that, I have a video and share the shit out of it where I think they should stop gatekeeping the fucking 7 and let you guys take it without being sponsored. It's so crap. It is such a crappy have and have not thing. And I am not some, hippie wokey person. I'm not far right. I'm conservative, but this is crap. That there's certain things that are unfair, and that's unfair. They should let anyone take it. Jacob, I think the 24 is the best one. I think if you can get this, you got to get the 7. The problem is you can't get the 24. If you have the 7, get the SI in the 7, and then the 63 or whatever, and then get the 24. It takes a while, right? So if you don't have any of the licenses, you're talking, a month for the SIE, another month or so for the 7, maybe 2 weeks for the 63, and then another month to 2 months on the 24. But again, think long term. Get your firm to sponsor you, because there's a thing called permissive registration, where FINRA promotes people getting licenses, even if they don't. As long as they work at a firm, they want people to have licenses because then they know the rule. Okay. Emily, I don't love them. I would, if you're taking the SIE, it's enough. If you're not, I would supplement with Achievable, and maybe even get the Cap and Q Bank. But yeah, I don't. ExamFX is okay, but they kind of go a little light, very PowerPointy. The videos are good. If she's still doing it, Tina's good. Her voice sticks with you, but I think they're a little light on the information. Okay. Oh yeah, you should faux show. You should be fine. Okay, you're absolutely fine for show. I think that you're going to be great. And like 144, that's great. 144 rules, 1% of the outstanding, 4 weeks trading volume, 4 times a year for control people. That's awesome. I know that's why you did it too. I love it. That's awesome. You're going to be ready. You did the customer accounts. Maybe watch my crash course and get it done, baby. Okay. Oh, green drop. Okay. That's outstanding. We get one last jump. Where are we going with this? No, not that one. Oh, how about this one? Boom, baby. I love it. That's the way to end the night. Okay. Green jump, that's outstanding. Boom. Yeah, take the 66. Take the 66. If you don't have a job, take the 66, because that opens you up that if you get the 7, you can work anywhere. If you just get the 63, which is a total due, then you would still have to take the 65 or 66 if you got a job at wealth management. If you worked on a trading desk or a strict broker dealer, then you wouldn't have to get the 66. But having the 66 opens up more worlds. Okay. Interesting. So there you go, guys. Okay. Boom. So again, the Merrill Lynch's, the UBS's, the Goldman's, the Morgan Stanley's, RBC, UBS, they're all just try to get in there and try to get into spots. They have offices literally in almost every fucking city. So, and even in non-cities, they have stuff. So that's going to work. Okay. I think it's great. Cookie, good job. Uh-oh. I'm afraid to sneeze. Okay, now. Okay. Oh, you're right. Mipper, you're good. As long as this is what I tell everyone. If you're in the mid 70s on whatever vendor, for the most part. Again, Caitlin, it didn't work for her, but for the most part, you know enough. Okay. You know enough to pass. Okay. You're gonna get this. Okay. And just those scores on Pass Perfect, you're rock solid. I love it. Okay, guys, that works. We went an hour and 20 this time. Okay. It's gonna be good stuff. Okay. Jeff, any last hold on. Here we go. Happy to help out. Ooh. That's interesting. Jeff, what do you think of that?
HA from Morgan Stanley, right?
While you're thinking about it, thank you, Anders. Yeah, Monica, you're probably okay. You should be okay. Just take your time, be confident, and make sure you get customer accounts done. Okay. Look at all these people jumping on now as I'm about to say no. It always fucking happens.
Crypto, huh?
Yeah. Take a look at that. Think about that. Let me answer. Get these out of the way. Okay. So the investment banking role. So that pays a lot. Okay, it does. And you need the 79, which is fine, which is not as hard as it seems. And we have a fantastic tutor for that. And we have some videos on it. The investment banking role is where you're getting deals for firms and stuff like that. And you're putting together deals, but really the first couple of years, you're just doing fucking slide decks all day long till 1 a.m, and you go back to work at really sometimes till 3 a.m. You'll have no life, but the pay is good. Well, the overall pay is good. Per hour, it kind of sucks, but they pay you $100,000, $200,000 a year sometimes, and you make money, but you're putting in the hours, serious fucking hours. But it's very hard to get a job like that outside of a city. I mean, I have a girl doing it. She's at Dallas. It's a couple in Austin, LA, Boston, New York, Miami, stuff like that. Very rarely, I don't know where you are, so it doesn't matter. But if you're not near a major city, it's going to be hard to get. If you can get a job doing that, it pays good. And if you get a job you can move into a private equity firms and make real good money and almost have a normal life. But it's there. You're putting deals together, and it's not super hard. You just write and pitch, basically PowerPoint. They call them decks, right? PowerPoints all day long and Excel spreadsheets. Okay, which a lot of that is now being taken over by AI a little bit. Although one of the firms I did the analyst class for, they banned AI at all, which I get because they're still trying to figure that shit out. I think the crypto thing would be interesting, by the way. Okay. Yeah, Ben, here's the thing. So if you're getting 68s, you obviously want to be in the 75. But with Kaplan, you're right there. It's not like you don't know your shit. You should be fine. But make sure you go over, make sure you review stuff, watch my crash course playlist, stuff like that. Okay. So what do you think about the crypto thing?
I thought about it. I think it's better to stick traditional.
Really? Well, you think they'll cut it quick?
If something falls off of crypto, it's a loss leader.
Fair.
I think stick traditional. Depending on what we don't know if it's just.
I get it.
I think that knowing the back office functions, support teams, brokerage, all that kind of stuff, you need to know the traditional stuff.
Right. Fair.
And I think it's better for longevity. If crypto's been around for, Bitcoin started 2008, really?
Right. Yeah.
It's also, 17 years later. I mean,
what?
It's 17 years later.
Right. I know.
It's still yes, it's a topic, but I don't think people are banging down the doors for crypto.
Yeah. Fair. I'm with you. I'm with you on that. But if you're young and you're not married and you got your bills paid for, sometimes you got to take a chance. Jump. You can't still second without leaving first, right? But the thing is, maybe you want to see what they're offering. Like maybe you want to see if if they'll put you in there, but you can get some sort of assurance that you can go back to another job or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't jump right into it without having information. I would see where it goes and see who runs it. Like if you see someone, like you can tell at your firm sometimes, like if you see someone who's really good at what they do, moving over there, then maybe a jump. But I think Jeff's right that you want to stick with the regular, what you're good at, learn that cold, and then maybe jump over with a little more experience. That's fine too.
Also how many people are in that group. I also find that newly
Right. You said they're starting it, so I don't think it's started yet. Right.
Right. And if it's a newly formed, if it's a new position, a new group, they're under a lot of scrutiny.
Right. Yep.
That's
yep. I agree.
It's exciting. It's a new thing. You start it up, you build something, but at the same time, you want job security.
Right. Good. I think it's good. I think, look, Securities is around, it'll be around, and you can become an expert in that.
Yep.
Good. Okay. I think we're good.
Yep.
Hold on. I got to give it like 2 seconds, right? Because every time I say that. Okay. I think we're good. Okay. Everyone, thanks for coming on. I'll see you guys. Everyone taking out before next Tuesday. You're going to rock it, and we're going to nail this thing. We got to believe. We got to believe, baby. We got to believe that we got this. I'm with you. Okay. Everyone, you all have a good night. Happy Tuesday. And